Hey, what up, America? What up, world? Welcome to a Better Black America podcast, the number one urban podcast stateside and worldwide. Now, today is Thursday, March 31st, 2022. Now, what have we missed over the last week, the last few days with these grand distractions? The Russian-Ukraine war, Biden out there lying through his teeth, Will Smith slapping Chris Rock. What have we missed? Well, there's a few things we missed. Number one, they passed the Crown Act, which is a bipartisan bill, which is really should be a black woman's bill because it was championed by black women, and black women are the ones that really push the initiative. So that's a win for the Democratic Party, which the Crown Act is a, bipartisan. You can't discriminate. So now you can wear your braids, your twists, and all different types of hairstyles. And jobs themselves are going to have to put up their prerequisites in terms of the coloring, mohawks, different types of styles based on being corporate, professional, an officer, somebody that's a officer for the city, for the state. There are some limitations, but you can't discriminate based on just a hairdo. And that's the Crown Act. And also, Joe Biden signed the Emmett Till anti-lynching bill 150 years too late because there's no one getting lynched. But think about it. In 2022, President Joe Biden signed a anti-lynching bill in 2022. And a lot of us sit back and say, well, nobody's getting lynched. Ahmaud Arbery was killed by 3 white men who actually got life in prison, and they were arrested. And at that time, they was trying to push a anti-lynching bill because that was actually a public lynching. Now, lynching is just metaphorically. The name lynch is synonymous. And this is why, they're naming it this way. Because I don't know if the president really understands, but it's starting to look like our Congressional Black Caucus members and some people are starting to throw some little things in there to show us that despite what's going on, we still could get some victories because, we could be in the Democratic Party as voters, as a stronghold in the party, as like baked in to the party, and still get some moral victories because our exodus is on its way. Because think about signing a bill in 2022, anti-lynching bill. The one thing that really people have to understand, that lynching was legal. That lynching was legal. They had public lynchings. People would actually put clothes on and dress up because Sunday they're going to lynch some blacks out there in the town square in public. So let's go watch the lynching. So that's what that bill was about. So now it's illegal on the records, on the books to be hung legally by a federal person or by a person from the state. And that's crazy, but all things have purpose. That shows us, what we're dealing with. That shows us, what we have come from. It's not a victory to basically say, look, now nothing's going to change. This is why they did it under, the slap. They did it under war, meaning you didn't see it. You didn't hear nothing about it because it's 150 years too late. 150 years too late. That bill should have been put in with the Emancipation Proclamation. And Emmett Till wasn't, he was brutally beaten by looking at a white woman. So now they're basically making us, and think about the people who are in the opposition of critical race. This is literally a slap in the face. So you telling me critical race theory is not real, but there is a bill on the books signed into law by the president of the United States in 2022 that says anti-lynching. And he put Emmett Till's name on it. And Emmett Till was beat brutally by white men in public and literally lynched by white men. so bad that his mother wanted an open casket so they could see what they did to her son. And what did he do? He didn't steal anything. He didn't rob nobody. He wasn't mischievous. He wasn't out there doing anything bad. He saw a pretty white lady, and he was from the north, from Chicago, and came down south, was like, wow, can't even whistle, but look at that lady right there. Just by him saying that, that's what they did. So just imagine the horror and the trauma that men had to go through that wasn't publicly talked about. Somehow was done, under, in the swamps, or, in a time where they didn't have, the information superhighway, the internet. They only did press, and you had to actually print it out. And if your story didn't get in there, which a large volume of them didn't, no one knew what was going on. So to lead us up to 2022 and to remind us and give us that name, Lynch, and that comes from Willie Lynch. Now, Willie Lynch somehow in 2022 has got his name in the history books. He used to be a folklore, used to be synonymous like what they call Candyman or something fake, but clearly it's real. So time is of the essence and God is undefeated. So right now, this is an opportunity for us to push the line, because now you guys just want to appease us with these bills that's overdue. Oh, in the name of bipartisanship, they shouldn't even been on the books in the first place. But we still see what's going on in terms of crime. We see the robberies. We see all of the things that's going on. We see the open borders. We see the large volume of overdose deaths when it comes to fentanyl. We saw the debacle leaving Afghanistan because we didn't know we was going to leave Afghanistan and then basically send our resources to Ukraine and to NATO and to President Zelensky. And then under this, Joe Biden's son, Hunter Biden, now they're talking about his email, in which this was a story that was covered during the presidential election. And this was supposed to be the November surprise that actually destroyed Biden's administration. But the family made a decision, and the family is these few people that meet and make big time decisions for the world. So the family decided we're going to push this story and we're going to hide it underneath. And the family is connected with Joe Biden. The Roman Catholics, Biden said, I'm a Catholic. The Jewish community, they work together because the Jewish lawyers represent the pedophile Catholic archdiocese, who have billions and billions of dollars worth of lawsuits on the books right now, class action lawsuits, where if you at any time in your life was violated by someone of the clergy, you can get on this bill and get some money, get on this class action lawsuit and get some money. So you're looking at Sadducees working together. People spiritually, religiously do not believe in the afterlife, do not believe in heaven. So they're just living life the way that they live it. But there's a opposition party to that. And it's starting to reveal itself if we really do pay attention. Because right now, we were supposed to be forgetting about Willie Lynch. And in 2022, Joe Biden signed a bill with his name on it. Okay, we're going to react to that big time. Big time. So stay tuned and stay ready for that. Because basically, it looks like this is the little crack that we needed to actually, breach the dam. Because no matter how you feel and how you think, we're going to get it together. So what it looks like things get worse before they get better. So I'm challenging us to let's pray up and let's be moral and let's be ready to receive our blessing by disconnecting ourselves and not being guilty by association to any entity. The ball's in our court. The first shall be last and the last shall be first. We was first. Now we was pushed back. Now it seems as though the world is actually responding and trying to do everything because, listen, the devil could only set God's people up for a blessing. Now, he kills, steal, and destroy his people. So while he's killing, stealing, and destroying his people in plain sight, this is why we need to just sit back, count our blessings, and have faith, trust the process, and not only believe, but know that God is real. Because it comes a time in life when you really understand that there ain't no Santa Claus, that there is no boogie monster, that that rabbits don't lay eggs. And we all about to have an Easter egg hunt. Those are chicken eggs. Rabbits don't lay eggs. So all of the stuff that the tooth fairy, unicorns, saber-toothed tigers, which could have existed, but does not exist at the time. So what I'm saying is we are on something a little strange, because it comes a time when you know better. When you see something and say your senses just say, boom, that wasn't right. Why would you do that? But if you are the one that's sitting back on the sideline waiting to laugh at someone's follies, then you are suspect. And you are the ones that we have the issue with. And you are the ones that we're going to pull back and separate ourselves from, because you are the catalyst to basically sink the ship, because it's carrying the people that are supposed to do something special. Now, and if you're not special, I understand. Pull the trigger on yourself. Don't kill the movement. Don't stop or destroy what's going on. Because we're coming to a time where we're really going to have to fight not only for our survival to thrive, but we're going to have to push back on our own culture. We're going to have to speak to the youngsters and let them know that we can't just be out here living life all willy-nilly and expect things to happen. It comes at a cost. You do right, you get right. You do wrong, you get wrong done to you. It's called a natural karma. So we need to change the trajectory of our youth to actually fix what's going on, because Frederick Douglass said it himself, the famous abolitionist. You know, arguably one of the two, Harriet Tubman, Frederick Douglass, that's the face of black abolitionist movement. And Frederick Douglass himself said it's better to build strong children than to repair broken men. And me, I talk to broken men every single day. And broken doesn't mean, you don't have a chance. Broken just mean that you are just pitching your tent right here because you're going to live right here in this position and be comfortable and could care less about the storm that's coming because this is all you know. But some of us know the storm is coming, and this used to be a valley and it's going to flood. So we can't sit. We could come down here and kick it with you. But as soon as the rain comes, God always gives his people a way of escape. And we have an escape route. And it's not underground. It's above ground. Hit the wrong button. It's not underground. It's above ground. So God did not create the spirit of fear. So we can't be surviving acting like we are big, bad, and tough with ramen noodle spines. Our spine is our backbone that keeps us together, that holds our head up and erect and basically make us walk in a posture that's attractive, that's contagious, and that can actually be life-changing to our culture. So I'm telling you, politically, we can no longer be a part of a two-party system. It's like making the difference between choosing to be a Crip or a Blood. And we know all in the community, we're all affiliated with gangs to some magnitude. But the ones that do not bang are the ones that make the impact for the society, for the group. And those that make that impact can actually create some opportunities for people who don't want to live that lifestyle. Because people are running up in these smash and grabs and all this because of being desperate. They was blessed with some money that they never had before. And then the excitement and the natural dopamine that comes with having a fat pocket, with having new shiny things, it makes you feel good. So if you're willing to follow somebody home and take something from them so you can feel good, it's something strange about that. Something is strange about that. You cannot rob somebody and expect good to come to you. You cannot run up in somebody's house, zip time and point guns at them and expect that something's good going to happen in your life. And the only reason people are doing this is because they have nothing to do, nowhere to go. And like I said, jobs is not always the answer. Entrepreneurship is a solution. But this is why we have to get into our children